Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. TaragayeNicole here. How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. I'm sorry if the lighting is not the best. I'm at my sister's house in Georgia and I am using her room, my guest room that I'm in, and I'm trying to stay in front of a window, but I don't know. I hope you guys can see me fine. So let's get right into it. So today I wanted to talk to you about sourcing items for your Poshmark closet. I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and my name on Poshmark is my name here is TaragayeNicole. Welcome back to my channel. But my name on Poshmark is Curvy Style Remix. I'll put it along across the bottom of the screen. Again, that's Curvy Style Remix. Definitely remember to check me out on there. Follow me. I do follow back people who follow me, as well as you can leave your name of your channel down below so we can follow and share each other and share the Posh love. So today I want to talk to you, since I'm a new reseller. I've only been doing this since May, and so I'm kind of sharing my journey to show you what I've learned and what mistakes I've made or what things worked for me. So today's video is my feelings about sourcing. Now, this obviously is the beginning of my journey, so it might change, but right now this is what I have learned about sourcing. What I would say, and if you see me look down, it's because I wrote notes. What I would say is that first, when you start your Poshmark closet, start off with what is in your closet. I'm sorry if there's noise in the background. My sister and her dogs are back there. I don't know what that is she's listening to. Please hold. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. I just yelled at her. Okay, so start with what's in your closet. Like, it's no joke. I know everybody wants to make all this money and it's wonderful and it's great, but it might not even be for you. So I started with what was in my closet, and when I saw that I was able to sell things, and of course you have to have the basics down: good lighting, good pictures, good descriptions, all of that before you sell anything. So don't give up easily if you're not doing those things correctly. Make sure you're doing all of that stuff correctly before you're like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. But I really found my passion in doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, I could definitely do this for my part-time job, to the point where I quit my part-time job to start doing it. But why I say to start with your own stuff is because that way you kind of build a client base, or you kind of figure out what works for your closet. I actually started with my own stuff and then asked my coworkers and friends to donate their things because they were all different sizes than me. And what I noticed was a lot of my plus size items were selling a lot faster than my straight size items. So I knew a lot of clientele would go more towards my plus size items. So I started stocking my closet with more of my plus size items. So when I started to source, I always kept an eye out for things that were plus size. However, there are brands that I put in my closet now that are plus size that don't really sell well for me. For example, I put Dress Barn in there, and some of the items are cute to me, but I don't know, maybe just people don't sell Dress Barn, or maybe I need to follow back, like strategically follow people for Dress Barn and things like that. I need to go in depth and do that as well, but that doesn't really sell that well for me, as well as the Avenue. More of my Lane Bryant and my Torrid items will go a little bit faster, so just keep that in mind. But plus size may not be your market. You may start off with straight sizes and you find that Free People works for you, and or even Old Navy works for you, Hollister, things like that work for you. If those are the people that are coming to your closet, stock those things, because you have to do what works for you. I found out, I went out and was so happy to find all this Free People Anthropologie stuff, and that doesn't fly out of my closet. It really doesn't. It does eventually sell, but it's not flying out my closet. Madewell actually flies out of my closet, and that's only certain things, because I've sold a Madewell dress in no time, and then I've had a Madewell staycation shirt in my closet for a really long time that's still sitting there. But I feel like that's because it's overpopulated on the actual site. When you go to look for something, if it's sold, then you see there's so many of them. So things you learn. So I'll be doing another video on how I find out like my pricing strategy, and also like, is it worth picking up that item, because I'm slowly learning like not everything, although the brand is good, is worth picking up. So let me get back on track. So list what's in your closet first, see how that goes, see what your market is, keep track of it, see what's going on. It helps gauge your customers. Then if you don't have anything to sell and your initial reason for starting Poshmark is to initially just make money, then maybe you do want to look into what are some of the higher brand items by looking at what's sold in a certain range of money category. on the solds and see if you want to make a list of those brands, or even check out the Posh Party, what brands are in those higher price things like the Gucci, the Chanel, Hermes, things like that. If that's where you want your closet to go and you have the income to buy those things, then definitely start your closet that way. That way that will automatically be your clientele, and then you strategic follow and share those people so they can follow and share your items. However, if you do not have the money to do that and you just want that kind of closet, that's not how it works. You need to not put yourself in debt. I mean, this is all my opinion. You could do whatever you want, but my opinion is not to put yourself in debt for that. Do not put yourself in debt for a higher, better closet or even little tiny stuff. Don't reach for that credit card. Don't use your rent money. Don't use your grocery money to go buy sourcing stuff. It's not worth it because you don't know that you're going to get the money back. Yes, you might get the money back. You might get the money back later. Doesn't mean your rent is due on the 5th. You use your money on the 1st. That doesn't mean you're going to sell the item by the 5th and get your money back. Just think about it strategically like that. If you have the capital to use, absolutely use it. If you can borrow it and you know you can pay that person back a certain percentage or all of it plus interest, cool. If you don't, do not do it. I have caught myself reaching for, and I'm talking from experience, I've caught myself so in love with sourcing that I have reached for my credit card to pay for things in Goodwill. Yeah, I'm not ashamed. I'm just trying to save you from the same crap. So definitely do not put yourself in debt trying to buy clothing or shoes or whatever your store is to make money that you're not guaranteed to make. So that's just my opinion. And learn your branding. Decide on what you want your store to be like. Do you just want your store to be all over the place? Do you want to do men's? Do you want to do women's? Do you want to do children? Do you want to do shoes? Do you want to do it all? Do you want to do just one of those things? Do you want to just start with one thing at a time, see how you do? Learn what you want. And most importantly to me, I know things are more popular than others, but my opinion is that if I don't like it, I don't want it in my store. I don't care if it's free people or whatever. I don't want it in my store if it's not cute, because I don't find myself wanting to share that item or promote that item if I don't find it to be something I would wear. Now, also keep in mind, I mean, sometimes like if it's a Même Lafleur dress or something that is Hermes or something that you know you're going to get an ample amount of money and you can sell it back and you got a super good deal, then look, you might want to do that. But overall, I think your store should reflect who you are. If you wouldn't wear it, then why are you trying to sell it to somebody? And also, going into sourcing, don't get overly excited. Like, it's great that you're excited to find something that you really love. Oh my God, I just found this shirt. It's J. Crew and it's amazing. Or it's Free People and it's amazing. Or it's a Torrid shirt and it's amazing. Girl, don't do it. Because I've done it. Don't get super excited and then you don't check the item. When sourcing, you must check your item. I will be doing a video on that too. Do not forget to check your buttons are all there. Do not. Make sure that there's no whole bunch of pilling in the crotch of jeans, or the hem's all destroyed on the pants, or there's a hole under the arm, or there's armpit staining on a silk shirt, or, you know, the hem has been altered in some way. It happens. Don't do it. You don't want it, because then you get upset, especially if it's a higher priced item and you get it home and it's got flaws because you were too excited to stop and really check it, because you're like, oh, okay, let me look, let me see, okay, let me see real quick, okay, no, everything's fine. And then you get home and you start steaming, which is my favorite part of the process, because I find all the flaws when I'm steaming. So when you start steaming and you figure out, oh my God, there's a hole in the middle of this Zara basic dark green Trifolic shirt, speaking from experience, and I'm pissed. Right now it's still hanging because I don't think I want to list it, you know, because I like to have quality items. And when the hole is directly in the front, I mean, really, do you really want to sell that to somebody? Even though I disclose all of the problems, I still don't feel okay. So then there's that. Try not to get a death pile, you guys. Like, I have done this too. I am working through my death pile, and that's why, well, they call it a death pile, but I just call it a pile of stuff that I need to list. And it's a problem because you can't, well, you can, but I wouldn't suggest this. You can't just keep sourcing while you have a pile building up. I did that. I was sourcing because sourcing was the best part. You know what I mean? Sourcing, yay, sourcing. I get to find stuff. I get to buy stuff. It's like shopping for me. I mean, for someone else instead of me, because I'm sure I have a shopping problem. So I usually just shop for me. So instead of shopping for me, now I shop for everybody else and I can make a profit doing it. But the problem is I didn't have a process. So then I just started gaining piles. I have a tub of at least 50 items currently that I still need to list that I bought maybe a month or so ago. It's a problem. That is not okay. So now I have a process and I refuse to buy anything else like on a major scale that, unless it's an amazing find, or I just try to say I haven't been to my thrift store in weeks because of this. And that's why y'all haven't seen a thrift haul because I'm not going until I get all my items up. And I only have, I think, 50 left. And I figure if I get 10 done every day, then by next week I can go back to the fun part of sourcing, because that is what I enjoy. And I don't mind the listing. I don't mind the measuring and all that stuff, but I really like the shopping part, because it's fun to find a deal. I've always been like that. I've loved to find a deal for me, for others, for anybody. So I would say to you, this is going to be my last tip about sourcing. Do not have a process. Have a process. So I'm going to tell you what my new process is going to be, and you're more than welcome to use it. So now I source every Monday, because that's when my Goodwill changes the tags. And I would source every Monday once I get my desk file situated. Source every Monday, and then I hang everything up on a rack that I have gotten from Walmart that I've been had. And then I will steam everything. And usually while I'm steaming, I will take my pictures. Like, I will steam the item, take the picture of the item, put it back on the rack. Steam the next item, take the picture of the item, and put it on the next rack on my cell phone, because then I have it accessible anywhere. Thinking about maybe using my camera going forward and just using like a microchip to like slide into my laptop, but not sure about that yet. It's working fine on my phone for right now. Excuse me. And then after I take the pictures, then I go and take the measurements. Measurements to me is the easiest part. It takes me the least amount of time. And if you guys are interested in seeing how I measure my items, whether it be a skirt, a dress, pants, shirt, sweater, whatever, let me know. I can do a video for that down below. Also, you can leave any video suggestions that you may have questions, video or questions about Poshmark. If I can answer them, I'll be glad to. And then I list. I sit down, and I actually, in this book, I have all like the stuff that I measured. I put the measurements, the name of the item, the size of the item. If I remember now, I'm starting to put down how much I paid for the item next to it. And then I have that book with me at all times. So if I want to list something, I pull up the pictures on my phone, and then I have all the length, the weight, the width, and all that stuff already ready to just list the item from my phone. But that's it for sourcing. If you have any tips about sourcing that I did not mention above, or anything you've done with sourcing that you should want to share with the people on the channel or the community, definitely leave the comment down below. So just a quick recap, I've learned to start with what's in your closet. Find out your market by what's in your closet, or from friends or relatives that want to donate to you. If you want to start with a higher end closet, definitely do that if that's your goal, and then you find higher end items at the thrift store or retail arbitrage. If you have the capital, do not go into debt for this. It's not worth it, sis. And learn your branding. Buy things that you would wear or you'd want somebody else to wear. And figure out a process for your sourced items. Do not just bring them home in bags and sit them down and then go sourcing next week without doing something with the current items you have. Don't get too excited about items. It's good to get excited, don't get me wrong, but get excited and then calm the hell down, or check the item after you've calmed down, and make sure you find all the flaws, if any, before you purchase the item. And just don't get a death pile. It's disheartening, because then you have to figure it out before you can go back to the fun part, which is sourcing. But that's all I have for you today, guys. Remember, in order to be great, you have to be grateful. Have a wonderful, blessed day.